Welcome to lesson 14 of your One Tao State training course. Now in this lesson we're going to be discussing the seeing energy or the idea energy as a component of the state. Now simply put, seeing or idea energy is visualization. The energy which empowers you to be able to see images in the mind. Now that's really simple. Like for me right now, just think of someone you really love. Close your eyes and think about them. Can you see them in your mind? That's the seeing energy. Every thought, every emotion has an image in the mind. Whenever we think about anything, there is some image that comes into our consciousness, but most of the time we're not actually aware of it. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you were driving or walking, depending whether you have your license or not. So let's just say you're driving if you have your license and you get hungry. What would you like to eat? When you put it in the comments below, what would you like to eat? Can you see it? Let's say pizza or a salad or pasta. Can you see it? So what's normally happening is you're driving, you get hungry, and what you don't notice is that there's a pizza or a salad or some food of some sort in the mind's eye, which then activates that hunger. So there's that visual context always there. Now, the way we use this in the state is that we start to see the etheric body, see the energy body filled with light, to start to connect us to the energy body, or it's also known as the light body, to connect to that body. Now, apart from it empowering our combat skill, meaning via seeing the energy body via intention and the idea energy, but you can also place that on another person. So for example, I'll borrow Jono. We'll do this in the exercises later, where if he's holding my arm and I'm just doing a punch without using the visualization context, I have a certain amount of power. Now, if I start to see my body filled with white light and I see that a line of white light in his center that I aim all of that light at, now as I do that punch, that same punch has a much deeper effect. Thank you. Because I'm aiming through intention and idea energy, my mass to his center through the visualization. So the idea energy empowers your combat skill, but apart from that, by connecting to the idea energy, you start to connect to your thoughts and emotions better. If you can connect to your thoughts and emotions better and start to see them within your consciousness, you can start to control them better. Start to disenergize those things you don't want and energize those things you do. Now, apart from that, apart from actually just using it in those contexts, as you begin to be able to visualize better, it's proven now that an experience visualized, for lack of a better word, in the mind vividly is just as real as the experience we have in the three-dimensional world. Because the brain literally burns the neurons as though you've actually done it. And this is all proven now. You can look it up. There's plenty of science around it. I like to look at, if you want a real summary of it all so you can get deep into it quickly, get the book Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And he goes deep into the science behind all of that. It's literally as though by visualization or going into an experience in one's own mind's eye, you start to prepare your physical body for a future potentiality. So it's quite empowering. So the idea energy, simply put, is visualization. It has many contexts. We use it in our Kung Fu to see the whole energy body filled with a bright white light. So you can kind of see the radiation around, but you see the whole thing filled with a bright white light. And we also see a line of white energy in front of us, kind of like you know how you see a white line of light in your own center? It's like you see that white line of light in front of you as well, which represents another person's center. So that when you're in contact with another person, so I'll borrow Jono again, I already see a line of white light on him, so then as soon as we touch, I can straight away be affecting his mass because I'm already connecting to that line of light in him. So I see that line there and I'm connected to that, so that when we touch, I'm already affecting his body and his mass via intention and the use of the idea energy to connect to him. Of course, the other energy is linked into that, and that's what the state is, but specifically we're working with the idea energy now. So it's quite fascinating stuff, and there's a lot to explore with it. If you do have any questions or comments or observations, put them in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.